Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank. I'm Jared Floyd. Thanks so much for taking time out of your lunchtime on this Friday as folks get ready to head out and about to high school and college football games, your weekend plans, what have you. It will remain quite steamy. A quick check of the satellite this afternoon shows that we continue with the same general story, and that is some warm, humid conditions across the region. And I also realized that I did not check my audio like I usually do before this to make sure that we are not super scratchy, but I think we're good to go. Anyway, you're starting to see those afternoon clouds develop across the region. That's not to be completely shocking as we get those daytime bubble up hot, humid conditions to allow for the cumulus clouds to develop. And with that, the outlying chance of maybe a stray brief shower or thunderstorm, similar to what we saw in West Carroll Parish yesterday evening or yesterday afternoon. Radar made possible by Brown's Roofing. Visit brownsroofingla.com. Again, not a whole lot out there, and even the afternoon cloud cover that we have generated has not generated any rain yet, but it took until well into the afternoon to generate any rain yesterday. Uncle Dennis is my audio technic. He says I sound great. And I don't even really sound that good on a day that I sound great, so I'll take that as a compliment. Upper 80s to near 90 degrees, so temperatures right around lunchtime, pretty much running in step with where we were yesterday, but then you start looking at the heat index values, and again, for our high school football teams, no matter where you were headed this weekend, whether it be tonight, tomorrow, for high school or college, it's going to be hot and humid any way you slice it. Humidity value is not necessarily extreme, but to uncomfortable levels in most locations. Quick check of road temperatures. I showed these to you yesterday, and I froze them at 7 o'clock tonight. Here's why. Do our football teams play on pavement? No, or at least they shouldn't. I highly advise against it. But a lot of our stadiums surrounded by pavement, concrete, bleachers, things of that nature. Do the temperatures translate equally in the same? No. But just give you a general idea that pavement temperatures and road temperatures are going to run 110, 115 degrees at 7 o'clock tonight. Again, does it translate exactly to that, to a playing surface? Absolutely not. And does it translate to the same to standing in the bleachers? No. But again, just consider different surfaces radiate heat differently, and obviously, if you step outside and you're spending a lot of time in the bleachers, I also stopped it at 5 o'clock tomorrow because that's when folks will probably be pouring in across Lincoln Parish for Louisiana Tech and Grambling State. Again, uncomfortable, so make sure you keep the bottle of water handy as you go through the weekend, and the sunscreen probably not a bad idea as well. If you're going to be out and about in forested areas or in grassy areas, bug spray not a bad idea too, because the mosquitoes are out in full force. If you have not seen the drought monitor, here is a look at how things fare now across the entire region. The good chunk of the state of Louisiana is faring fine. Mississippi, it just depends on location. Severe drought conditions from the Memphis area down I-55, and then moderate drought conditions farther northwest. And then across southern Arkansas, kind of the same story, kind of a split between the moderate drought conditions and the abnormally drought conditions, with some severe drought conditions stretching from areas like Pine Bluff over to Hazen and Carlisle and eastward toward the Mississippi River. So again, we're not necessarily rain-starved yet, but the lack of rain combined with the heat and the humidity, we're going to need the rain eventually, and the pattern does not really favor it anytime soon. Futurecast, again, shows that if we are going to run into rain, it'll bubble up during the afternoon and early evening, and any rain would likely be very, very short-lived in any one location. Really not enough to put in the rain chances as 10% or 20% because it's just not reliable. And on that note, I just can't say it with a high degree of confidence that any one location is actually going to see rainfall, but it's a possibility. And again, even a rogue thunderstorm can't be ruled out too. Going to the day on Sunday, it's the same thing, folks. We're stuck under this big ridge of high pressure. It's a very summer-like pattern, hot, humid, maybe a stray sprinkle to be had here or there, And that's about it. Look at the planner for the rest of the day. Again, topping out in the mid-90s. Some areas may get stopped in the low end of the 90s, but that's about it. Overnight lows tonight will fall back into the low 70s. There will be some areas, many areas, that still see the upper end of the 60s. Winds will be light, so there's not much of a breeze to bail us out as well. A quick check at the weekend, if this is the last forecast you're going to see or the last weather information you're going to see before you head into your weekend, mid to upper 90s for highs. Again, quite hot. Heat index values probably right at 100 degrees. Not necessarily extreme, but a little bit more uncomfortable than the actual air temperatures. And a look at the 7-day forecast, not trying to tease you with the 10% rain chance, but I do think the pattern is persistent enough to where we could work some low-level moisture back in to the point where maybe isolated showers or storms become prevalent enough in the forecast late next week that we may have to put them in the forecast. Again, not saying that with a high degree of confidence, and that, again, does not really invoke a lot of confidence in bringing rain. Evoke, either way, doesn't really drive a lot of forecast confidence that we'll see rain at any point in the short term. Mid-90s, upper 90s, morning lows, hovering in the upper 60s to near 70 degrees. I'll join you later this evening as we'll take a look, a quick live look at temperatures as folks start to head out and about to high school football games tonight. Your football forecasts will come out in about an hour and a half or so as we get ready for another full slate of high school and college football and a lot of home games across the area this weekend as well. Enjoy.